Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? And following the salute to our flag, would you continue standing for the playing of our national anthem? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. I would like to start by thanking the members of the Board of Education who are with us today. Shelley Crisologo, Francis Goger, Tara Marie Hintz, Robert Kirchberger, Rachel McLaughlin, John Mielik, Thomas Roll, and Roger Strait. I would also like to thank Superintendent Mr. Jeff Bender, Assistant Superintendent Dr. Rich Burgess, and everyone who works behind the scenes at the district office and contribute to our education. Also, a heartfelt thank you to the custodial staff who did such a wonderful job of making this day so beautiful and festive. The second law of thermodynamics states, in every system, the entropy increases over time. This means that disorder increases as time passes. Keeping order and running smooth operations is never an easy job because it means confronting the forces of nature. I would like to thank the entire school administration and Principal Peterson for keeping our school in order. Today we are filled with a sense of accomplishment and relief. And when I say accomplishment and relief, I'm talking about our parents. Because more than we did it ourselves, it was our parents who worried about us and prayed for us. We must never forget that every step we have made toward this day, somebody was there to assist us, and many times agitate us. But in our hearts, we knew it was always with good intentions. None of us could have reached this day alone, and for that, we owe a debt of gratitude to our parents, guardians, and friends. Our high school experience has been shaped by teachers, guidance counselors, and administration. But now is not the time to engage in constructive feedback. Now is the time to acknowledge those whose selfless dedication and kindness affected our class equally. We extend a heartfelt thank you to those who volunteered to coach us in sports, direct plays and musicals, organize art shows, who stayed with us and cheered for us, and especially all the Booster Club parents who lasted through day-long meets and games in the rain and scorching sun. We also wholeheartedly thank our parents and friends who waited to pick us up from late-night practices and games. Each and every one of you who cared for us, you brought meaning to Einstein's words, "Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile." To the class of 2019, twice you have elected me as your president, and I am humbled and grateful because you gave me an opportunity to meet each and every one of you while working on Spirit Fest, Homecoming, Senior Assassin, and Prom. I am proud to be a part of our graduating class. Together we overcame tough firsts. First, Mr. Fran's math test. First time overcoming Mr. Peterson's favorite word, no. And bittersweet last. Last wave to Mr. Archdeacon. Last time hearing Miss Galal's forthright voice resonating through the halls. We grew up at Voorhees. We even got married at Voorhees. And parents, if that freaks you out, hold on. We had our kids here too. We will always remember Homedale meets, reading teen pep lines with Miss Bolash, the football team's cornhole tournaments, unified trips to the mall to buy Christmas presents, victories against North, community service in Camden, the boys' rendition of Mean Girls, and many other things that we shall definitely keep to ourselves. We are saying goodbye to a place where some of the most unforgettable memories of our lives were made. We are looking forward to a new, bigger world where we are curating our own experiences. I may wax poetic how we are saying goodbye to our friends, favorite teachers, and counselors, but we all know that in the modern world of social media, connections never break, even if we want them to. And if we do manage to break them, our moms on Facebook will keep reminding us about our classmates' accomplishments. And that's great, because as we go through life, we will be comforted by the thought that we can always reach out and count on the Voorhees class of 2019. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce to you the salutatorian for the class of 2019, Julia Silberman.
Good morning, everyone. It is such a privilege to be able to speak before the friends and family of our graduating class and say thank you for your support over these 4 years. I would also like to thank the Voorhees staff for their dedication in getting us to this big day. Now, as a salutatorian, I've taken many rigorous courses, often with the same students in each of them. These peers have been integral to my time at high school, and I've become good friends with so many of them. The moments we have experienced together are unforgettable, and I know that I wouldn't have made it through these 4 years without them. In psychology, we learned that this is called the mere exposure effect. We like what we're familiar with. These familiar friends help us through those tough math problems, and they are our partner for history projects. But more importantly, we grow together with them. But what about the unfamiliar? There are classes like gym and health and electives like painting and cooking where there's no guarantee of our familiar classmates or curriculum. Maybe some of you dreaded these mandatory classes for this very reason. Maybe others of you eagerly anticipated the break from the typical school day. At different points in high school, I held both of these outlooks, sometimes meeting these occasions with apprehension, other times with excitement. In these elective courses, I met classmates I didn't even know that I had, and it always surprised me how I ended up becoming friends with them or even just laughing at a story they told. I heard different perspectives, and my adeptness was challenged. I may have done well in biology, but I cannot count how many ceramic pieces I ruined. I was also able to learn new skills with a bit more success, like in sewing. If I only needed to take classes that I was comfortable with or were relevant to my academic interests, I would never have had these valuable experiences. When we encounter the unfamiliar, we are forced to confront the concept that our stories and points of view aren't the only ones out there. Moreover, when we are open to the unfamiliar that we face, we gain compassion. What quality is more important than compassion in today's globalized society? Our communities are more blended and diverse than ever. When we embrace the challenge of this difference, we cultivate tolerance rather than hate. This enables us all to build more thoughtful and just relationships. So, as we leave high school, wherever the road takes you next, know that you have a choice. When you have the chance to take an unconventional course or opportunity, go for it. When you are approached by someone from a different background than you, have a conversation. Or take the initiative yourself to engage in new interactions. As the leaders of the future, we must reach out to others and listen to them to build communities prepared for tomorrow. Familiarity forms our roots, but being open to what is new and different enables us to grow. I'd like to again thank all the friends, family, and Voorhees staff here today who have empowered us to continue growing. And congratulations to our graduating class of 2019.
And now it's my honor to introduce to you the valedictorian and class president of 2019, Naomi Benenson.
I know many of you are tuning out right about now. Tired of listening to this middle school looking kid speak yet again. But remember, we are still at school, and this is what we do here. We persevere. Intelligence comes in many different forms. But if you judge a cat by its ability to fly, it will live its whole life believing it is stupid. I'm paraphrasing Einstein here. I can't fly, but I happen to be good at taking tests, and as this year's valedictorian, I have a few more platitudes and non-epiphanies to share with you. Game theory. It is a science that does a good job predicting human behavior. But game theory only works if humans act in self-interest. In game theory, a human acting in self-interest is as predictable as a lab mouse. It is not that hard to break the game theory winning streak and assert your free will. All it takes is to consider the interests of the people around you and balance their interests with your own. In plain English, this means acting with kindness. Kindness does not mean holding the door for a stranger, although it's nice. Kindness means not slamming the door in anyone's face. Kindness does not necessarily mean cleaning up somebody's mess, although it often does. Kindness means taking personal responsibility for cleaning up your own mess. Kindness means making an effort to make life more enjoyable, not just for yourself, but for others too. Being honest, telling the truth, is also a form of kindness, because without truth, without honesty, how would we know that we are doing the right thing? A large part of our experience at Voorhees has been shaped by teachers. There are teachers who believe in teaching by overcoming adversity. Adversity of unexpected tests. Adversity of immense amounts of homework. Adversity of deflated grades. It is true, overcoming adversity made us wiser, but that wisdom came at a great price, because associating learning with adversity stifles motivation to learn. There are teachers at Voorhees who do not teach. These teachers know that in the information age, we can access all the knowledge on our own. These are the best teachers because they do something far more difficult, far more important. These teachers motivate us to learn. The best teachers listen to us and try to understand us. They give us the benefit of the doubt and second chances. And in doing so, they motivate us to try harder and do better. We will remember you as great teachers, but more importantly, as good and kind people. Kindness. Before it manifests in our action, it has to take root in our thoughts. Every day, every one of us gets stressed and irritated by something. Some knucklehead cuts us off on the highway. But what if she's rushing with her son to the emergency room? A fellow classmate stepped on your foot, didn't notice, didn't apologize. But what if he didn't sleep all night because of a broken heart, or because his parents had a fight? When we think or act out of self-interest, we are not making a choice. We are operating on a default setting. But if we believe that all of us are endowed with free will, then we have the power to make our lives more enjoyable, more beautiful. All we have to do is to make a choice. Make a choice to give second chances. Make a choice to give the benefit of the doubt. Make a choice to be honest. Make a choice to be positive. Make a choice to be kind. Thank you.
It is my privilege to introduce this year's High Honors graduates. These students have achieved a cumulative grade point average of 3.7 or higher throughout their time at Voorhees High School. Graduates, I ask that you please rise when your name is called and continue standing so that you may be recognized with your fellow classmates. Spectators, I ask that you hold your applause until the final name has been read so that we may congratulate the group in its entirety. Michaela Berman. Lindsay Catherine Borg. Jacqueline Nirvana Breda. Matthew Anthony Brandner. Glenn Taylor Brower. Jessica Catherine Brynildson. Joshua John Bird. Warren Chang. Sydney Marie Collins. Kaylee Faith Michelle Crisatello. Madison Nicole Diavello. Olivia Grace DiBiase. Garrett Chapman DeRienz. Kristen Nicole Doyon. Mary Kate Marie Etheridge. Samantha Lois Farr. Owen Thomas Flatley. Leah Formica. Allison Lynn Garofalo. Rebecca Judith Gelson. Stephanie Christine Gonchevsky. Bella Hanley. Michael Joseph Hoffbeck. Amy Lynn Hoffman. Madison Susanna Kaminsky. Gwendolyn Nicole King. Michael Kenneth Kroll. Brady Jason Krasinski. Stephanie Claire Lomont. Matt Lowe. Laura Noel Markarian. Ryan William Moriello. Mary Evelyn Maxwell. Daniel Perry McConnell. Colleen Emily McCord. Rebecca Christine Merrican. Claudia Elizabeth Monahan. Giovanna Moraes. Isabel Juliet Nasi. Matilda B. Newell. Rebecca Jolie Nitty. Matthew Knoll. Daniel Olson. Emily Ann Phillips. Victoria Marie Rayevsky. Mia Catherine Ranello. Mark Reese. Annalise Rogers. Luke Gordon Roginas. Emma Camille Rogers. Emily Rose Ryder. Annalise Sander. Margaret Elizabeth Sell. Jessica Amber Smith. Caitlin Peel Snellen. Jake Michael Saluski. Kevin William Summer. Alexandra Lynn Staesky. Duncan Stewart. Lauren Christine Tabor. Abigail Rose Thompson. Connor John McKeener. Allison Grace Varga. Juliana May Vasquez, Christian David Verneri, Sarah Radcliffe Whitpen, Lynn Marie Wire, and our salutatorian, Julia Leah Silberman, our valedictorian, Naomi Riva Benenson. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause for the Voorhees class of 2019 High Honors graduates.
Mr. Bender, Dr. Burgess, members of the Board of Education, parents, grandparents, friends, and graduates. Before I address the class, I would like to recognize and extend my personal gratitude to two very special people, Mrs. Terry Bellows and Mr. Bob Angstadt. When I think of the two of you, I will always think of the passion you both had for what you do and how you brought it every day. You have shown great spirit in what it means to be a Vike and always made it a great day to be a Vike. Thank you for your years of service to our students and the community, and I wish you a very happy, healthy, and long retirement. We will miss you. And Terry, I need one last one. Now, Bobby, I don't know where you are, but I'll find you at some point in time to get you. So now, the class of 2019. I think I told you in the beginning of the year that how I would address you would kind of tell you what I think of you. All right, you're okay. But if I had to describe you, I would have to give you the word unique. Because each and every year, you were different than the previous one. When you first came in, we were kind of like, not really sure. But I got to say, this year, I honestly didn't know what to expect. But the one thing I can say is, I don't remember ever having a negative conversation with any of you this year. I remember having a lot of positive ones, especially recently when I did a lot of visiting to Mrs. Costello's classes and answering some of your questions and not answering some of your questions, but a lot of positive experiences. So I thank you for that, but then I heard this rumor recently that when you're upset with me, you call me Ron when I'm not around. Which wouldn't bother me. But then there was the senior prank with these signs that said, I heart Ron, morning Ron, I love Ron. So I'm not really, I was like, oh, all excited, and then I heard the news, oh, you call me that when you're mad at me. But I'm going to think about it in the positive. So I love you too. And good morning. So in some of those recent conversations that I had with you, some of you pointed out to me that if you could go back in time, there were things you would change in your freshman year, and how you would do those things differently. But I'm here to tell you right now, don't worry about that, because after we hand these diplomas to you today, you have a clean slate. But I thought I would give you some advice to avoid saying as much as possible, I wish I could go back in time. So here we go. Now, Naomi told you about being nice, but I would also add in there, be respectful. Because no matter how someone's treating you, try in the best and the deepest and possible ways to be respectful to people, because no matter what happens, they can't take that away from you. They can't say then you were a disrespectful person. So as much as possible, be respectful, be nice. Be patient. Now, it's also why I like the word no so much. It's not that I say it a lot. I say yes way more than I say no. It's just that I'm willing to do it. And that willingness to be able to do it helps you to pause and think before you do something that might be the wrong decision. It allows you to gather information as much as possible before you go make a decision that could be harmful. You can see it every day in the news. Someone who shouldn't sent this tweet, or this out on Snapchat, or made this, made a decision that affected a bunch of people in the wrong way. So be patient. Allow your time to make those decisions. Be reflective and open-minded. Learn from your experiences and use your coworkers' knowledge. It will enhance your strengths and build upon your weaknesses. Be proactive. Yes, be prepared for an opportunity, but really create them. A lot of you, by looking at your caps, have already done so. So congratulations on that. All of this holds within it the most important thing. Be true to you and your name. In life, we put a great deal of emphasis on a name. The clothes we choose to wear, the shoes, the car we drive, where we visit, where we stay, the phones, the headphones, wherever that we use. There's a reputation with those names as you have with yours. At birth, you received your name, and 4 years ago, you added Voorhees High School to it. You now look to making the next step in your lives and adding another name to your resume. Starting today, you will take the name your parents gave you and add to it. In each and every step of the way, you will represent more people and more ideas. Whether it is a university, a trade school, or a place of business, you represent their name, and they in turn have a place in representing yours. Guard it and cherish it, as though although it may not be worth anything monetarily, it is the most valuable thing that you own. As this day is about your parents seeing the culmination of all your hard work, I thought it would be appropriate for me to read one of my favorite poems by an anonymous author. But since it is about your parents and we're really close, I wanted to say, before I read the poem, that I'd like to wish all the dads and the granddads out in the audience a happy early Father's Day. And I would like to send a shout out at home to my father-in-law, and especially my father, and wish him a happy early Father's Day, because this poem really is about, well, you'll get it, your name. You got it from your parents. It was all they had to give. So it's yours to use and cherish for as long as you may live. If you lost the watch they gave you, it can always be replaced. But a black mark on your name can never be erased. It was clean the day you took it, and a worthy name to bear. When they got it from their parents, there was no dishonor there. So make sure you guard it wisely. After all is said and done, you'll be glad the name is spotless for your daughter or your son. Congratulations to the class of 2019, and I wish you all the best of luck in everything that you do. Mr. Bender and the members of the Board of Education, I hereby certify that the members of the Voorhees High School class of 2019 have met the graduation requirements set forth by the State of New Jersey and the North Hunterdon Regional High School Board of Education. What do you say we hand these out?
Before we begin reading the names of the graduates, I would like to remind the audience that there will only be about 2 to 3 seconds, period, between the reading of each graduate's name. We are not throwing out the impractical request of asking you to hold your applause. However, We ask that you keep it short and under control so that you do not drown out the name of the graduate following the one you are cheering for. You can be as loud as you'd like after I present to you the entire class at the end. Alexander Dominic Acevedo. Wade Evan Albor. Jillian Helena Anthony. Jack Ayotte. Najma Baldwin. Gianna Belletta. Jenna Victoria Baranek. Maya Bavos Chen. Jacob Michael Batoff. Brian Scott Bednars.
Kyle Matthew Bennett. Michaela Berman. Lindsay Catherine Borg. Jacqueline Nirvana Breda. Matthew Anthony Brandner. Olivia Alva Brennan. Nicholas Vincent Brazina. Glynn Taylor Brower. Catherine Elizabeth Brown.
Jessica Catherine Brindelson. Lydia Busey, excuse me. James Bukowski. Lucas Bunger Spiakia. Joshua John Bird. Tyler Douglas Camping. Enrique Canis Benavides. Claudia Ann Carey. Haley Bryn Carroll. Jamie Anthony Carvalho.
Liam McAllister Casey. Warren Cheng. Estella Maria Clevenger. Callie Elise Colantano. Sydney Marie Collins. Mitchell Thomas Capola. Juliana Lazara Craig. Kelly Faith Michelle Crisatello.
Joshua John Saney. Michael Cucciara. Ariana Rose Curtis. Alexander Charles Sirac. Patrick Chij. Caitlin Nicole D'Alessio. Madison Nicole Diavella. Olivia Grace DiBiase. Christian Luke Delizio. Margaret Mason Desch.
Amelia de Torres. Henry Harold Dillard IV. Garrett Chapman Durienz. Jessica Heather Donnenberg. Austin S. Dowdy. Elijah Thomas Downey. Kristen Nicole Doyen. Tyler Durier. Charles Harry Eberly.
George Eberly. Juan Echeverry. Adriana Jolie Edmond. Alex Edward Enderson. Christiana Ercolano. Mary Kate Marie Etheridge. Leonelli Facenda. Samantha Lois Farr. Louis Eric Fernandez. Douglas Joseph Fisher.
Owen Thomas Flatley. Zachary A. Fletcher. Leah Lucia Formica. Benjamin Kinney Francis. Lucian Freely. Anthony Carl Freza. Tyler Daniel Gabrish. Allison Lynn Garofolo. Colby Jane Gavornik.
Rebecca Judith Gelson. William John Gensch. Anna Francesca Glinos. Oh, no. Gabriella Jamyrik. Stephanie Christine Gunshevsky. Annalise Ray Gonzalez. Erin Cheryl Gora. Brianna Paige Gradicos. Michael Joseph Greta. Lara Elizabeth Hagan.
Bella Hanley. Karina Danielle Hansen. Chris Harth. Sam William Hopley. Jack Pierce Healy. Rebecca Ann Herndon. Michael Joseph Hoffbeck. Amy Lynn Hoffman. Brianna Marie Holder.
Kelsey Ann Hollenbach. Alexis Rose Hoover. Samuel Jeffrey Hostler. Sam Huff. Keith Sebastian Jaramillo. Cooper Jones. Daniel Thomas Jordan. Jonathan Joe. Alexis Nicole Kasler. Alessandro Kager.
Madison Susanna Kaminsky. Sophie Jane Castellanos. Caroline Roba Kenzari. Benjamin Elijah Kiley. Gwendolyn Nicole King. Hank F. Klump Jr. Jason Patrick Knoll. Laurel Claire Knox. Skylar Conrad Knutson.
Caitlin Kosis. Matthew Kyle Kroll. Michael Kenneth Kroll. Brady Jason Krasinski. John Lamperti. Emma Lankin. Evan Edward Large. Christian Peter Lillo. Jessica Marie Lilly. Stephanie Claire Lomont.
Matt Lowe. Garrett James Lukash. William John Lyons. Jake Adam Madden. Athen Magalio. Daniel Thomas Malachias. Michael Matthew Malgapo. Dominic Dante Mangione. Gemma Quadama Menu. Cher Milburn Mojado Mariano. Laura Noel Markarian.
Anthony Vincenzo Matteo. Emily Lynn Mattias. Ryan William Moriello. Mary Evelyn Maxwell. Daniel Perry McConnell. Colleen Emily McCord. Connor Patrick McDougall. Daniel Joseph Medina Jr. William Blackstone Malik. Rebecca Christine Merican.
Brendan Alexander Mikulajczyk. Patrick Milam. Kieran Mills. Marshall Robert Mills. Anna Elizabeth Moffett. Justin Michael Malo. Claudia Elizabeth Monahan. Giovanna Morias. Kayla Nicole Morello.
Caitlin Joy Mont. Isabel Juliet Nasi. Grace Nasida. Austin Rocco Nuarski. Matilda B. Newell. Rebecca Jolie Nitty. Jessica Marie Normant. Matthew Aaron Knoll. Julieta Nunez.
Caroline Helena O'Hara. Daniel Olson. Kayla Rose O'Sullivan. Maxwell Page. John Walter Parker. Ethan Joseph Pasqualone. Sahil Hiralal Patel. Simone Celeste Patrick. Tristan Perella. Max Rain Persile.
Nicole Catherine Peterson. Emily Ann Phillips. Gage Phillips. Will Robert Porcello. Alexis Elizabeth Price. Chase David Prisk. Nicholas Ryan Pung. Victoria Marie Rayevsky. Mia Catherine Rinaldo.
Maria Larissa Ratzamore. Veronica Ann Rigatti. Cara Pauline Riley. Madison Clarina Riley. George Edward Reinhardt. Hunter Paul Reinhardt. Mackenzie Lee Reinhardt. Madison Ann Reinhardt. Mark Reese. Annalise Rogers.
Brian Fabian Rodriguez. Luke Gordon Roganos. Emma Camille Rogers. Tyler Mark Rojas. Kyler Brady Rudin. Gonzalo Ruiz Diaz. Devin Galligan Runge. Brendan Justice Rusher. Susanna May Russell.
Emily Rose Ryder. Annalise Sander. Matthew Mark Santagata. Julia Martin Scheidemann Clark. Susan Laurel Scott. Patrick John Seidel. Margaret Elizabeth Sell. Carly Cynthia Semser. Michael James Shannon III.
Adam Joseph Silvera. Alyssa Jean Silvera. Trevor Silvestri. Nicholas Roger Simovic. Rajvinder Singh. Jessica Amber Smith. Caitlin Peel Snellen. Jake Michael Soluski. Kevin William Summer.
Hannah Spaeth. Theodore Corliss Stafford. Brian Christopher Stansky. Alexandra Lynn Stazeski. Sophie Elizabeth Stazone. Duncan Stewart. Samantha Andrea Stinner. Diana Catherine Sullivan. Hugh Charles Summerfield. Lauren Christine Tabor.
Aiden William Taylor. Camille Texa. Kyle Adam Teen. Haley Marie Tierney. Abigail Rose Thompson. Tyler Thompson. Reese Aaron Tiemeyer. Delmy Torres. Harrison Patrick Toth.
Cameron Alexander Trainer. Trinity Jade Tulo McVicker. Cecilia Rose Torello. Connor John Vakiner. Allison Grace Varga. Juliana May Vasquez. Christian David Venieri. Ileani Emma Viteri. Aristides John Valechos Jr. Devin Connor Vreeland.
Madison Lee Vuno. Lauren Grace Wagner. Yashin Wanin. Damian Lee Walls. Spencer Warburton. Richard Wellbrock. Jack Weatherall. Aaron Amanda Whaley.
Summer Wilson. Hunter Don Winicky. Sarah Radcliffe Whitpen. Elizabeth Helen Wojcik. Lynn Marie Wire. Sean Connor Wiley. Eric Jeffrey Young. Ramon Antonio Zamora III. Rochen Joe. Katie Elizabeth Ziegler. Dan Zumas. The salutatorian for the class of 2019, Julia Leah Silberman. The valedictorian and class president for the class of 2019, Naomi Reba Benison.
Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the Voorhees High School graduated class of 2019.